I do want to move to Oklahoma now, where we are learning more disturbing details surrounding a sleepover that turned into a massacre. Drugs and restraints are among the items that were found inside of the home of sex offender Jesse McFadden. Police say he shot and killed his wife, her 3 children, and 2 of their teen friends before killing himself. Now, new video taken from inside of that house of horrors is giving investigators an idea of what McFadden may have done before these killings. We must warn you, this video may be disturbing to watch.
Give me something to grab.
Take a picture. Take pictures.
It's on video.
That's them. Hey, that's them.
Okay.
Hey, use this sack. Dump these locks there.
No, those locks?
That's evidence too.
So is those drugs.
That's
that hers?
Yep. Okay. Hold on.
Call the sheriff.
Yep.
Don't touch them. Don't move them.
Yep.
Let's explain what you're looking at here. The families who lost their daughters in these shootings invited our Oklahoma affiliate station to view the scene with them. Within minutes, one of the girls' cell phones was discovered there, and they also saw sex toys, drugged candy, a bed frame with chain restraints bolted to it. All of these items were found after the police released the crime scene. I do want to bring in former FBI agent and NewsNation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffendorfer for more on this case. It is so disturbing. Jennifer, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
How unusual is this, Jennifer? Police letting the parents of the victims into this house. They are wading their way through this. They find one of the victims' cell phones. Is it normal for police to release a crime scene this early with so much key evidence left behind?
Natasha, the answer to that is very simple, no. This crime scene was not handled appropriately. Everything was left behind in its place. They needed to be looking for other individuals who could have been victimized at that home. They needed to do a head-to-toe, a top-to-bottom search of everything at that residence to determine exactly how this crime took place. They needed to take samples such as DNA, blood. They also needed to take all that computer evidence, the cell phone evidence. It's really shocking to me. And what really bothered me more than anything was the response from the chief and one of the investigators in this when he was confronted by family and simply said, well, you know, the person's dead. There's nothing more to learn. Well, there is so much more to learn, and it really pointed out the incompetence about how this scene was handled.
You know, judging from this crime scene, do you believe that investigators could have found or may still find that more crimes have occurred in this home, that there are other victims beyond the 6 who perished?
Absolutely. When you look at Jesse McFadden's background and the way he victimized people, even from his prison cell, the fact that he was involved in child pornography. People involved in child pornography often conduct that sort of business with others. So there could be other people in this network. How about all the other possible victims who could have been in there and been victimized? They really need to dig deep at everything in that house, and I hope they do with all this media coverage.
And Jennifer, last question. I mean, what are the lessons learned here? Because I know the last time we spoke about this case, you were saying there are just systematic failures here, that this was a man already in prison for many years for a violent rape, that he actually broke rules while he was in prison. He had a cell phone smuggled in at that time trying to make contact with women. Is that right? And that he was also actually facing new charges for grooming a minor when this occurred. He was due in court the same day that these bodies were discovered on his property.
Well, and the question begs, why was he ever out on bond? He got a very small bond of only $25,000, which is $2,500, and that let him be free to victimize other people and to commit these horrible murders. So all of these system failures, and then you get to the point of just analyzing this crime scene and processing it, calling in the evidence response team to properly evaluate all that evidence there, and instead you release it to the victim families for them to see that nothing's been done. It's just failure after failure.
And Jennifer, very last question in just about 10 seconds because we are out of time. If this is a systematic failure, will anyone within that system likely ever be held accountable for this?
I would hope so. I think there's a possibility, at least with this chief and his department, on how this was handled, because it is well known now, and something has to change. Everyone needs retrained in that department.
We appreciate your frankness. As always, Jennifer Coffendoffer, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.